who or what will walk through it.
Wanda, what do you know about the multiverse?
Viz had his theories. He believed it was dangerous.
He was right.
Clearly the Almighty can no longer claim to have authored every species in under a week. You've killed God, sir.
We've been taught that the birthplace of the human race is Earth, but it's not.
Do you know what this will do to people when they find out the truth?
And if history has proven anything, it is that evolution always wins.
You who were formed by the heat of the galaxy. What a thing to be, both unique and familiar.
The birth of our time. 13 billion years ago, the Big Bang. It took many billions of years for Earth to flicker into life. The clouds and oceans formed. Life was made possible. It took billions of years for life to become human, for humans to stand up. All it's taken is time to rise from an abyss to this. And now we write the next chapter in a story of life, of creativity that started 13 billion years ago, but has no end.
The Knowles sisters, Beyoncé the Elder and Solange the Younger, are both promoting a once global pagan belief system, a call for man to go back to the worship of nature and ignore his creator. But this is not new at all. On a cylinder seal of a Babylonian scribe dated to around 2500 BC, the winged deity, the goddess Ishtar, the queen of heaven, is helping Shamash, the sun god, to rise out of the mountains in the center. And on the right stands Ea or Enki, the water god, with a river of fish flowing from his body. They are surrounded by different human and animal deities. And this fragment of a coffin from ancient Egypt shows a winged serpent on the top left, and Nun, a representative of the primeval watery abyss, has the sun god at dawn given into the arms of the sky goddess Nut. You see, the cosmologist and Belgian Roman Catholic priest, the late Georges Dimitri, revived this pagan system of thought when he reintroduced the idea of the 4th century BC philosopher and polymath Aristotle, the student of Plato and the teacher of Alexander the Great, from the classical period in ancient Greece. Georges Dimitri is the man who reintroduced the Big Bang theory. It is not an original concept. He looked at the beginning of the world from the point of view of quantum theory, according to Nature magazine in 1931, where he suggests that one single great atom embracing all energy started the universe, according to the New York Times in 1931. So this man's cosmological ideas is what shapes the modern global scientific community's theory of the origins of the universe. Now, many in modern day academia are turning to Aristotle to boost pupil well-being. For Thomas Aquinas, an Italian Dominican priest and friar called the Angelic Doctor, incorporated Aristotle's ideas into the scholastic system of the Middle Ages in Europe. The metaverse, the modern bogus digital escapist world, can also be traced back to Aristotle, and men's chauvinistic views towards women and the justification of enslaving other human beings are all traced to Aristotle. But one man knew how his ideas still affect us to this very day. And the 16th century Oxford scholar William Tyndale said that Aristotle's doctrine is that the world was without beginning and shall be without end. This is exactly what Solange Knowles was advocating, nothing new, and that the first man never was, and that the last shall never be, and that God does of all necessity neither careth what we do, neither will ask any accoms or account of that we do. Without this doctrine, how could we understand the scripture that said, God created the world of naught, and God worketh all things of his free will and for a secret purpose, and that we shall rise again, and that God will have accounts of all that we have done in this life? Now, in the clips in this study, in the 2013 film Superman, Man of Steel, the female villain Fiora taught the theory of evolution, as well as the 2009 film Creation about Charles Darwin, and the film Jupiter Ascending also rules out God as the creator of this earth. Now, these modern films that are promoting multiverses or different universes and esoteric belief, and George Lemaitre's quantum theory may just look like harmless entertainment. But there are people in the secular world who are closely observing the revisionist approach to man's past and are becoming very, very concerned. London's Daily Telegraph published an article voicing a concern for Hollywood's rewriting of history. And it said that we should take this problem seriously and not just stop listening to actors and directors, but stop trusting the history that they project. The problem with this glib approach is that audiences will develop a completely skewed and often false knowledge of the past. What filmmakers are effectively doing is implanting fake memories in our collective consciousness. That'll have an extremely damaging effect not just on our understanding of the past, but how we explain it to ourselves and how we act as nations and peoples. Even at the Doors has shown visually that the evidence we have access to unequivocally proves, or at least leans ever more closer to the creation account in Genesis of man and this earth's origins. Through the power of satellite imagery looking over the earth, the magnification of an object under a microscope, the penetrating form of high-energy electromagnetic radiation called X-rays, through anthropology and through archaeology, DNA, man's original organic herbivore diet, and the world's oldest pictographic writing system, we can prove that man was definitely created from the dust of the earth, according to modern scientific research. He did not evolve from a knuckle-walking ancestor, but our early human ancestors walked as an upright, anatomical human being, who also had the power of speech, all confirming Genesis. And so we are all the same according to DNA studies. So when people sadly viciously attack each other over biological differences, it is contrary to science and its verification in creation. Our forefathers even had far better teeth than us. So with all of this overwhelming evidence at our disposal, the narrator would like to challenge every single viewer watching this study, no matter what your current beliefs you hold. We are all going to have to come to a place where we cannot be on the fence no more. And we have to choose who we really, honestly want to serve. Either God or Satan. What will be your choice?